Welcome to the new and improved PowerSchool Parent Portal for Maeser Prep. This is where you'll find everything you need to stay informed about your students' schedule, grades, attendance, and more. To get started, go to maeserprep.guardian.powerschool.com, or you can come to our website, maeserprep.org, hover over the PowerSchool menu item and choose PowerSchool Parent Portal Login, or click on PowerSchool if you're on a mobile device, and you can find the URL for the Guardian portal, the parent portal here. Let's go ahead and log in. If this is the first time you are logging in, you'll need to use the temporary password we sent in your welcome email, and the system will prompt you to change it. You'll use that temporary password in the current password box and your new password in both of the new password boxes. Make sure you complete that step in a web browser before you try logging into the PowerSchool app or paying fees on RevTrack. Neither of those platforms is set up to handle that mandatory password change. It can be the browser on your phone. It just needs to be a browser, not the app. Okay, it will take a second to load the new portal. And then once you're logged in, you'll land on your dashboard. And this is where you'll see a set of tiles. These are called power tiles, and they will give you a quick view of the most important information you need to see for your student. So let's start with grades. You can change term right here. So this will show, once we get the school year started, this will show all of your students' grades in progress over here on the right-hand side. You'll be able to drill down and see more detail just as you did in the old system. Next is assignments. So your students' assignments, upcoming assignments, recent submissions, and any missing work will all show up here all in one place. And you can click here to go see more assignments if they're running off the tile. And you can change upcoming, recent, missing right here. Next, let's look at the schedule power tile. I'm going to click on week view so that we can make this a little bit bigger. So here we have ways to customize this. You'll want to change this to week and choose display class schedule. And then if we bump forward to the first week of school, you can see your student's schedule populates here on this calendar. So you can see the times that they will be in those classes and what classes they have on which days. At any time, if you want to go back to that dashboard, you can click on Overview, and that will take you back to the power tiles. The attendance power tile here will show you which days your student was marked absent or tardy. You'll also see a summary by class. That is not populating yet because we don't have school in session, so no attendance to show. You can also see your students' fees here. If you click on fee balance, that will take you to a page that will show any fees that your student has due or fee payments that you have made. And this is also, this resource links section down here is where you can log into RevTrack to pay your student fees. So if you come to the fee power tile to see what fees are outstanding, and then come to resource links and click on pay student fees, that will open up RevTrack. You will use your same PowerSchool parent account username and password to log into RevTrack to view your students' fees and add them to your cart. Once they have been added to your cart and you're ready to check out, you will create or log into a separate RevTrack account to handle the secure payment. It needs to have more encryption and more security than PowerSchool can provide. So RevTrack has its own encrypted payment system. So you'll have two logins there, but just to see your students' fees, you'll need your PowerSchool parent login information. Okay, couple of new things this year as well. We have forms inside the new parent portal. If you should see in to do, I've already completed this, but in your to do, you should see this handbook acknowledgements form. And we need you to to check the box to acknowledge that you have received the parent handbook. There's a link to the parent handbook inside this form. So you can just click here to open up the parent handbook and read through that, and then check the box to indicate that you have read and understand the policies in parent handbook. You will see this form for each of your students because it is tied to student information in the parent portal. You only need to fill it out for one student, so one time per family. So as long as you do it for one student, you can ignore it for those other students. Speaking of other students, if you have more than one student at Maeser, you should see all of your students up here by clicking on this little arrow next to the student's name. And you can switch to the next student to see what they have outstanding. Okay. If you don't see all of your students, please reach out and let us know so that we can make sure that we get those associated to you in your parent account. One of the biggest upgrades that we have this year is the built-in messaging feature here. And we are rolling this out to our teachers now. This is where you will be able to message your students' teachers directly inside the portal without needing extra apps. You'll also find over here in the left navigation menu a directory, so you can search your student's teacher's name and find the teacher's email address and click on the messaging box to immediately open the messaging app and create a message to that teacher. And again, at any time, if you need to come back to the dashboard, you can click on this overview icon here in the upper left corner. We hope this new layout makes it easier for you to stay connected to your students' progress throughout this school year. If you have any questions or you need help logging in, please feel free to reach out by email to info@maeserprep.org or to our front office.